Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Struggle Reactions here. My name is Logan.
And my name is Francesco.
And in today's video, we are going to be discussing on
Brad Treliving, the newest 18th in GM in Leafs franchise history.
Okay, and I got some thoughts. Let's see them after the break.
Here we go.
Okay, so they have announced Brad Treliving to be the 18th general manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, okay, I understand that, and I think it's great. I think it's good hire. I'm not judging him. I'm not going to sit here and just say why, just why. Like,
to give it some time.
Like, I think you give him a year, 2. I want to see how this plays out because I'm not gonna judge him. I'm not gonna celebrate. Like, it's not a celebration here. Like, hello, he hasn't done anything. He has basically the same tenure as Dubas, even with more term, with 9 years in Calgary. He's only gotten in the second round twice.
Yeah.
Hasn't achieved anything other than that. Second round twice, first round exits the rest of the times.
Just like the Leafs, almost.
5 years of first round exits, and 2 being second round exits, and 2 being not even in the playoffs. So he's a pretty consistent general manager as being in the playoffs, but he got bounced in the first round more times than he did in the second. Now,
and Dubas, not only did he get fired from the Leafs because Shanahan said, I don't like the direction of his thinking, and he's like, nope, sorry.
And he is now the president of hockey operations in Pittsburgh. Apparently it's a 7-year contract.
Yep.
I think that's a well enough time to get Dubas. I wish him the best of luck, honestly.
Not GM, president.
I honestly wish him the best of luck.
Yeah.
Prove Shanny wrong.
Yeah.
Prove him wrong. Prove MLSC why they should have fired this guy years ago. Prove it, please. I want somebody to prove that Shanny should be fired. Because please, we need somebody can.
Does that mean Pittsburgh's going to make a deep run in the playoffs?
Because Brad Treliving, not very good with keeping players, big name players, Goodrow and Matthew Tkachuk. Other than that, it's a mediocre hiring, to say the least. Underwhelming with some of the names out there. I mean, there wasn't any. Like, we hadn't heard any names until Mark Hunter. Mark Hunter was actually considered.
Wow.
Mark Hunter, Jason Botterill. I think they wanted to speak to Stan Bowman, but I think that went pretty quick. But yeah, the only real candidate we saw was Brad Treliving.
He was the only one that had...
I thought we would hear some assistant GMs like Eric Polsky, George McPhee at least get a look.
Even Prinham.
Doug Armstrong to at least get like a contact. I'm sure St. Louis wouldn't have agreed. But then again, Brian Burke said the same thing a few years ago when he was an Anaheim Ducks GM, I believe. Said those rumors were false and he didn't want to go anywhere other than Anaheim, and then he went to Toronto.
Yeah. With
contract still left in Anaheim. So, I don't know, I would at least give it a shot. I mean, it's a long shot, to say the least, but I would at least give Doug Armstrong a call, or St. Louis a call to even speak to Doug Armstrong. Other than that,
Spencer Carberry also moving on. He's going to be the head coach of Washington next season.
I thought Brandon Pridham or Jason Spezza, if he had stayed, would be a good interim GM, or a GM at least.
Yep.
I think Brandon Pridham taking the bull by the horns, I think would be good.
Now the question remains: does Sheldon Keefe remain head coach next season?
And let's dissect what Brad Treliving said in his press conference. Okay, so he mentioned the Calgary Flames. He said how wonderful his time was in Calgary, how wonderful the people are. He has really nothing bad to say about Calgary. But then again, why would you say anything about Calgary? He's very protective over his players. Matthew Tkachuk can attest to that because he still has some love for Brad Treliving.
And he's a team guy.
He's a team guy, team player, or whatever. He talked about the core four. His number one priority is Matthews, which is good to hear. He wasn't sure about moving the core four.
Apparently, he already has discussions with Matthews and his agent. He's gonna go try and speak to Matthews in Arizona. That's some good initiative right there. And he's also on good rapport with Matthews' agent,
Judd Moldhauer.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, he didn't really say much other than nobody's moving, which, the general manager is the biggest move of the summer. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. But then again, if Brad Treliving's time in Calgary is anything to show for it, he didn't move on from the coach the year he got hired as GM. He actually stuck by the coach, and he went through with that coach. And the coach won the Jack Adams Trophy. So, I mean, I guess we can instill that Sheldon Keefe will win the Jack Adams Trophy. But then again,
bold predictions for next season.
I think it's going to be an interesting summer.
Yeah,
it's going to be an interesting few weeks.
UFAs to sign still.
It's going to be a few interesting, good.
He won't be eligible to be at our draft table because Calgary set a restriction on that. Since he had a press conference, a live in-person press conference with the Leafs, he will therefore not be able to be at our draft table until his contract expires. Because the draft is 2 days before the first round draft, and the 2nd through 7th round draft is the day before his contract ends. So that's ironic.
He won't participate in the draft because he's already participated in the Calgary's draft options, so they don't want anybody taken from their list because Brad Treliving is the GM. He will probably want to do that out of spite.
Yeah.
Then again, I mean, nothing really to note here. Brad Treliving's 9 years in Calgary. He only has experience going for him, so.
Yeah, we just have to wait and see how this pans out and just go along for what's going to be one wild ride. That's for sure.
Brendan, I better hope this is your Hail Mary.
Your Shanna plan.
Because this is about to end, whether it's bad or good.
You're hanging on thin ropes here.
I think this is the year where MLSE looks to Brendan Shanahan and says, if you don't get anything done with your 4th GM here, anything past even make it to the conference finals, that's a big leap.
See you later.
I think there's the door, Shanny.
Right there.
I think you're gonna follow suit. You're gonna get kicked out,
yeah. And
we're gonna have a new president. And I really didn't want Kyle Dubas to move on because I thought he could make a great president for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And again, whatever.
So that's been today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we will be also discussing the conference final recaps. You can check that out here. Any more videos regarding the Leafs offseason news will be in the playlist down below, and it's gonna be one wild offseason, that's for sure. With now the new GM of the Toronto Maple Leafs,
Brad Treliving, the son of Jim Treliving, Boston Pizza.
Yeah.
Hope we get some free sponsors.
Maybe. See you on the next one.